like we are live now. Welcome everyone to Speedrunners Arena for Game 2 of SMRAT, Azder vs. Toastymuffins. Two extremely good rando runners, Super Metroid runners in general. And Toasty got Game 1, and I didn't happen to catch Game 1 besides the very end, but I believe that it was variolous for both of them. So let's hope this one's absolutely mad too, I agree. Looks like both players are readying up in the SRL. We should be on our way here shortly. Looks like Toasty's timer is still on the last match, so we'll see if he catches that before we get started here. So some people think it's bad luck to get two of the same enemy name in the seed. We've got two gamers here, we'll have to see. I'm not sure where that various suit was in the last seed, if it trolled them, if somebody in chat wants to fill me in on that. Varia was at Shack Tool. Okay, so kind of about the most trolly place it could be. Okay, looks like our runners are going to be off here very shortly. We want to thank Darkrid really quick here for doing the restream, and Sailor Jade for doing the tracking, while also kitten wrangling, I believe. The race will begin in 10 seconds, so with the delay we should see it starting here in just a few minutes. Any guesses on what we're going to see as our starting item? I prefer to start with Ice Beam. I think it's objectively the best starting item for SMRAT. Makes sure that you'll never have to go searching for Meridia progression other than Gravity Suit. Just want your Smoky Beam sometime soon. Well, we'll have to call it out when we see it. Looks like Azder has started. A little bit of delay between the two. It'll be a little bit more significant here, but once we get going, we won't notice that little delay here. Looks like it's about 19 seconds. Azder making his way down the climb here, not utilizing Moonfall. We'll see if Toasty does. Very nice early game movement, pitless through Old Mother Brain Room there. And it looks like I've lost Toasty's feed here. See if we can get that back up, and we'll see which item Azder finds first. Ice Beam, objectively the best starting item. Great start, if you ask me. Some runners like to turn it off in the early game just because it makes it a little bit annoying with those one-shot enemies that you usually see there. So we'll see what these runners decide to do. Looks like Azder's keeping it on for now. And utilizing the Ice Beam to freeze the enemy and jump up to get our Morph Ball. And looks like we have a Lego stream on Toasty's side. And our first power bomb, so we'll see if Azder decides to go up. That's usually the smart move here, which he does. And it looks like Toasty is in the same room, doing the same strategy here. And look how early that is. Smoky beam right away. Run validated for Azder. And it looks like Toasty also got his wave beam that I can see on the side there. Can't see what the second item was. A reserve tank, looks like. So now the runners will have a decision to make whether they use the power bomb to check the item that's next to Morph Ball, or if they're going to save it and use it on the way up. So we'll see what they choose to do here. Oh, well, never mind. There's a second power bomb pack. So this opens up Gauntlet. If we want to go up to the ship and go through Gauntlet, that's not a bad decision in SMRAT usually. Is this going to be a late missile seed? I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably get him right here, actually. E-Tank. So that makes Gauntlet a little bit more easy if it were me, but it looks like Azder's gonna meme here a little bit. We'll see if Toasty makes the same decision. Nope, Toasty's gonna go up. So we have our first route divergence 3.5 minutes into the game, so that's cool. And we find a plasma beam on Azder's side. 1/3 of our microwave beam combo. So far, a very beam heavy seed. All the best beams so far. Another power bomb pack. That's probably going to be the last one that Azder picks up. We'll see what Toasty gets at Old Mother Brain. Super missile, so that'll help with our progression here. Another power bomb pack, so made me eat my words right away. So unfortunately, we didn't find any missiles or supers yet. We'll see what we get up at the top of Pink Brent here. Oh, it looks like Azder's gonna check the E-Tank, or the reserve. Yeah, this is an E-Tank vanilla location. And it's missiles, so first missile pack for Azder. Meanwhile, Toastymuffins is checking the 230 location. And it's another E-Tank, so pretty healthy seat so far. You can see the early movement of both of these runners, just how good they actually are at this game. It's very entertaining to watch. Another power bomb pack for Azder's gonna nope out of there. Meanwhile, Toasty's gonna head down to the BT. With those super missiles. A 119 seed apparently, yeah, it looks that way. Another super missile pack for Toasty. So some route divergence here. We'll see if Toasty decides to do early Gauntlet or just head down. If Gauntlet has something good, then this could really pay off for Toasty. Meanwhile, Azder finds another E-Tank. And it's going to have to farm a bit here. Oh, finds another missile pack, so should be able to get the door open after we re-enter this room. And Toasty refilled at the ship. I didn't see if he saved or not. Easily making those wall jumps up towards Gauntlet here. This is probably the play that I would make in this situation. More power bombs. Oh, there's the first pack of supers for Azder. So we will see if the early gauntlet play pays off here or not. We know that it can't be speed or screw attack because they're required. Well, they're not required. I guess it could be speed. It's a super pack. And Azder's going to head down in green Bryn Star. And finds another E-Tank. So this seed so far very healthy and very generous with the beams, but not any other progression items here so far. We get our first sight at the back of gauntlet items here, and it's just ammo, a missile pack, and a super pack. And Azder finds another E-Tank. Looks like we've got a miniature version of Toasty's stream going on there in his timer. That's cool. Refilling on some power bombs on the frogs there, the back of gauntlet. Another E-Tank. Very, very healthy early seed here. So as far as time goes, Azder doesn't know it, but not having to go up and check gauntlet, didn't miss any major items. So we'll see what they decide to do from here, going back to Pink Bryn or going up to finish clearing. Frogs. Frogs, that's a pretty common term for those enemies. I'm not the only one that says that. Toasty getting a nice first try mock ball, moving into our room here where we see our super missiles, and I think the second one was a missile pack. Did Toasty check the Terminator item? A lot of times you miss that if you do Gauntlet first, because you just come down. So we'll see if that's going to end up being an issue here for Toasty. It's one of those things you run into at the very end of the game. It's Spring Ball, so it's a good item, but not anything that Toasty's going to be missing. So Azder heading back towards the ship while Toasty's heading down in Green Bryn. Gonna check the 230 missiles first, possibly here. And Toasty's gonna find a bunch of E-Tanks. And another E-Tank for Azder at 230. So we'll have to see what the first progression item we find is, which direction it pushes us for these SMRAT seeds. The runners of this caliber can realistically go most places in the game out of logic for SMRAT, but a lot of times it's best to still see where the game is trying to push you as far as for utilizing the time in the best way possible. So we'll see what's the first big progression item that we find. Yeah, a lot of times they run into that Terminator item right before. Because it's one of those that you just think in your mind that you've cleared. I've done that very many times in SMRAT seeds where I've done early Gauntlet. Thankfully, it's never been something too important. Toasty heading into Pink Bryn. And it looks like Azder is going to check Gauntlet, so pretty typical for SMRAT. A lot of times you don't want to skip any of these early checks. Even though Gauntlet itself is not in logic yet, it's definitely a good check. I support the decision. Spring Ball can save quite a bit of time. Yeah, Spring Ball's a good movement item. It's just one of those that's not required. It's probably the second most useful convenience item behind Screw Attack. in my opinion anyway. Screw attack is the best item in the game, so super overpowered. Looks like Toasty just found some more super missiles at Mission Impossible. And Azder, knowing what's at the back of Gauntlet's just going to head back out through the front. And we'll see if we get a CWJ here, or if Azder heads down Red Tower. CWJ into wrecked ship at this point is definitely not in logic, but it could be a good play. A lot of times wrecked ship is the play early. Yeah, spring ball jump through moat is also open to them now, so we'll see. Being a new route runner, the CWJ is probably a little bit fresher as far as the muscle memory goes, so we'll see what he decides to do. Sometimes people also just like to check this moat item, and it's just a missile pack, and it looks like CWJ is incoming. I don't think that he got it on this first try, but probably back up here. Toasty finding the ammo in Pink Bryn that was cleaned up by Azder already. Oh, it looks like the timers got synced up here as well, so that's good. Oh, Azder is moving back, so we're going to see a play down to Red Tower, probably towards Kraid. Yeah, Azder did wave gate with Plasma Beam and... Oh wait, did Azder go in and then not have super missiles there? I don't remember. I thought I remembered seeing it, but I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Toasty's going through Green Hill Zone here. I think this is another... Oh, this was Plasma Beam, that's right. So, Toasty's going to be happy to see that. While Azder's making his way towards Alpha Power Bombs. 2 items over here. Charge Beam. Wow, very beam heavy seed here. Very nice to find this early. Very rare to find this early in SMRAT. Which means that they're going to be able to skip finding so many super missiles. You'll probably see them both stop. Well, if Toasty takes the same route. Oh no, Toasty's going down here. So... more route divergence. Well, technically the route's still the same, just with fewer items checked on Toasty's side. But charge is definitely a very handy item to have this early, just knowing that you're not going to have to be searching for ammo. And if we get an X-ray beam here, then we'll be able to see a nice microwave combo on these bosses. Spazer's Bombs, another great item. Toasty had a bit of a disadvantage now. Yeah, I agree, Smokey. I mean, it's probably an item that's going to get checked eventually, but Toasty's going to definitely pick up every super pack that he sees from now until he finds that charge beam. Oh, this is a best of 5. So round 6 is best of 5. The winner of this round will face the winner between Sloaters and Ponk. So we've got some really good matches coming up here. Toasty's going to get to Kraid first. We'll see if we get a nice quick kill. Oh, gravity. And Azder not using a wall jump, but an infinite bomb jump to get up there. I can't say I've seen that for a while. So it's not going to be an advantage for Toasty because they're both in this area, but nice to see a suit. So the progression now can be wrecked ship or into Meridia. So we'll see if there's any more route divergence here. Toasty starting his Kraid fight. Azder with charged plasma will be able to make short work of Kraid even without a quick kill. And Toasty goes with the one-shot for super method. Very nicely done. We'll see if Azder does the same here. I think Azder does the 2 missile strat here. Or just going to do a charged plasma. Yeah. It's kind of fun to do a different kill when you've got items that you don't normally have there, so. More power bombs behind Kraid. So this will be interesting to see if somebody goes to check high jump boots before going back up. We have seen very important items there. With gravity, it might be tempting to just head up Red Tower or to go into Meridia. With Ice Beam, we would be able to do a clear of Meridia with some gravity jumps because we don't have high jump or space jump. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Nice mouth ball coming out of Kraid's lair for Toasty. It's a very satisfying mock ball to get. And Azder also gets it, also going down. So they're both going to check high jump here. We'll see if any of them check the escape missiles as well. Energy tank to start. So right now we have basically equal items checked other than the Alpha Power Bomb's location, which was checked by Azder, which was Charge Beam. And High Jump turns out to be just supers, which Azder is going to skip because of the convenience of having Charge Beam so early. But we'll get the exit supers. Probably easier to get those than to try to avoid them. So now we see Azder actually take a little bit of a lead because of having Charge Beam. Was able to skip that super pack. So Toasty is going to check the Croc escape missiles on the way out and find Space Jump. So that's a nice item to just know where it's at. It's kind of out of the way to get, but it might be worth getting before doing Lower Norfair, for sure. And looks like Azder is going to go into Meridia here, which is probably the same thing that I would do. I definitely agree with this move. Yeah, Toasty also doesn't have Spring Ball. That's a good point. Can you get out of Kraid's, or not Kraid, can you get out of Dragon with a gravity jump without high jump boots? Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember if you can. There's high jump boots, now that we at Main Street missiles. Yes, you can. Okay. I thought you could, but I wasn't sure for a second there. So Toasty does not go up and check the Main Street item to see. That knowledge might haunt him. Both heading towards Mama Turtle here. Azder gonna check the wall item first. So we got missiles and more missiles. Toasty gonna check the top item here and be disappointed when he sees that it's just another missile pack. And we'll see Azder utilize a gravity jump that's not too difficult without high jump, but it's pretty precise here. Ooh, barely made it up on that edge. Very nicely done. Okay, Toasty is now checking the Main Street item, so he'll know where those high jump boots are. Azder heading up towards Watering Hole. And finding Varia. So that puts Azder, I believe, in go mode, full go mode, at 22 minutes, because we've got both suits in charged plasma with enough ammo. So some convenience movement items would be nice, but actually, wait a minute. Do we have a way up worst room in the game? Yes, we have bombs, so we can bomb jump up worst room in the game. Looks like Toasty is utilizing a different strategy for gravity jump here at Mount Everest, while Azder's going to do the ice skip here. And charged plasma will make short work of Botwin. Very nicely done. Looks like Toasty is still working on that gravity jump. Ooh, almost got up there. Yeah, I haven't seen this strategy for high jumpless going this direction. It looks like maybe Toasty's going to head up and not continue through Meridia. Going to bomb jump through the door here, while Azder's making his way into the Coliseum. And Toasty is going to make his way to the wrecked ship. Did Toasty forget he has ice? Did he turn ice off? Is Toasty leaving because he doesn't remember that he has ice? That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. So because Toasty left Meridia to enter Red Tower, we'll see if he's actually going to go down into Alpha Power Bombs to find that charge beam, or if he's just going to get it on the way down. Yeah, he's going to go check Alpha here now. And Azder's going to make short work of Dragon with the charged plasma here. Very nice deboost by Toasty, one of the more satisfying deboosts to get in the game. And Azder's going to bomb jump out instead of gravity jump, which makes sense. If you're really good at doing the double bomb jumps like that, it's probably much faster than menuing. So I think that what we'll see here is Azder moving down and doing Lower Norfair, and then saving Fantoon for the end. Yeah, Toastmaster at a big disadvantage now for sure. Not having Varia, we'll probably see a full clear of wrecked ship, which usually takes between 7 and 10 minutes instead of the 2.5 minutes to go kill Fantoon and leave. So it is a pretty big time loss to have to full clear wreck ship. We'll have to ask Toasty if he forgot he had Ice Beam and that's why he left Meridia. That would make the most sense for sure. We'll see if Azder's going to check a sand pit on the way out. Looks like he is. Usually we check the left sand pit just because it's closer to the exit. Requires one less room transition. And missiles, and a reserve tank. So we're going to leave both those alone. While Toasty enters the wrecked ship. With gravity, Phantoon is a pretty easy fight. Players of this caliber, Phantoon's a pretty easy fight anyway, but I know that I don't like to fight Phantoon without any suits, unless I've got 6 or 7 energy tanks, so. We'll see Azder head down through Cathedral, since there's no speed, so we can't go Ice Beam way or through the Proggy Speedway. Yes, I call suits in the sandpits every time, Smokey, you're right. If you have gravity, then various suits in the sandpit. Until proven otherwise. Toasty starting the Phantoon fight here, while Azder makes his way through Cathedral. Finds missiles in the Cathedral item. Couple of missiles and charged plasma shots makes a quick 2-round of Phantoon for Toasty. Azder checks the Bubble Mountain item, which is super missiles, which are not needed with the charged plasma. So Azder's movement is good enough that I don't know if Toasty knowing where space jump is going to make that much of a difference. Maybe make up a little bit of time in the long run. So we'll see a gravity jump lava dive here by Azder, since we don't have space jump. Ooh, almost got it. It's a little tough with the Namahe, right? Namahe shooting fireballs at you while you try to do this. It's a very tight wall jump right there. Very nicely done. First try. Azder heading down into Lower Norfair while Toasty is checking the super missile items in wrecked ship. Just an E-tank there. Toasty electing to not save before checking the wrecked ship E-tank item. Heading through the spiky room of death, as we like to say. Azder will have to powerbomb his way, as not having speed or screw attack here. This item is almost always disappointing in SMRAT seeds if you're Toasty, so hopefully it will be something worth the time here, and it's a reserve tank. About as bad as it can get. Charged plasma making quick work of the pirates here. In worst room of the game. So I think, we do have a Ice Beam here. A little bit too low, so we're going to see if Azder tries to freeze the pirate and try again, or just do a bomb jump up here. Looks like we're going to go with the freeze method here. Very nicely done. Health is getting a little bit low, but probably not of any concern for somebody who runs categories like RBO. While Toasty's heading into the attic here. So Toasty turned his Ice Beam back on. So I wonder if it was remembered to have it, but just a little bit too late to head back into Meridia. Azder utilizing the iframes that are caused to the key hunters by plasma beam. And Toasty checking the right attic item, and it's speed booster, so that will help. That's a very nice item to have. We know it's an item that Azder is not going to get. But will it make up enough time to be worth it, is the question. Azder's health is quite low. There is an energy tank, or a reserve tank. And these metal ninja pirates should give some pretty decent drops here. So probably nothing to worry about here. So Toasty with charge will be able to check the sky item here. Looked like it was a super pack. It was kind of tough to see. Yeah, it was a super pack. And the maze item is more supers, which would be helpful if we didn't have charge beam already. So if we have bombs and we have charge, then what is behind Ridley here? What's the best bet? Just a missile pack? Because we know it's not space jump, we know it's not high jump boots. Could be screw attack, I guess. And Toasty's about to go bowling here. Yeah, we haven't seen my favorite item yet. At this rate, we may not. Once again, Charge Plasma making quick work of bosses. Azder's already done with Ridley, so we will see what the item is. Maybe. No, we will not see what the item is. Azder making his way out. Not thinking that any item is worth the time it takes for 2 door transitions and 1 item fanfare. Which is what? 3 plus 3 plus 7? 13 seconds? Plus movement, so maybe 15 seconds. And Toasty finds an energy tank at the wreck ship reserve item. Now, the health situation is still a little sketchy. I would be worried. I would be hoping to have found an E-tank behind Ridley there. But that's the difference between an Azder level player and a Phoenix level player. Looks like he's going to go ahead and utilize that reserve tank here before heading through the key hunters. Smokey's preparing for suitless for Toasty, which is a possibility. With Speed Booster, knowing how much of Meridia was skipped, if I was Toasty, I would dip back into Meridia, but we don't know what he's going to decide here. Azder skipping Firefly item in full go mode. Probably not going to check any other items here. So 83 health, looks like there's still a little bit in the reserves just in case there's a death. That reserve tank will usually save you for 1 hit. But looks like Azder's out safe now. No issues there with Charge Plasma. And Toasty is heading back up into Meridia. So Watering Hole will probably be the first item checked since we basically checked... Oh wait, he's got speed now, so he's going to get high jump boots. That makes sense. And Azder does not have speed, but with Wave and Plasma we'll be able to do the new tech, the speed block skip here, which I enjoy doing. Very fun. Fun new tech. And with speed, we'll see Toasty do a diagonal Shine Spark to get through Everest. Easiest way to get up there. And will soon find that Varia. Makes me wonder if Toasty now, knowing that Ice Beam was turned off, is going to feel behind once he sees this Varia suit. We'll see if we get any super missiles. Nope. Sometimes when you're unhappy with where you found that Varia, you'll give it a couple super missiles to let it know how you feel. So Toasty is going to be in full go mode now with the high jump and speed and charge plasma. Probably won't see any other items checked unless they're literally on the way. But having to kill 2 more bosses and Azder going to be making his way to Torian here after a very, very quick wreck ship. Probably too big of a gap to overcome at this point. Azder's race to lose at this point for sure. Very quick work of Botwin with the charged plasma. This will be Azder's favorite type of wreck ship. Get in and get out. Sometimes we see Azder do this even without any. So in go mode, it's gotta feel good to just be able to get in there and not worry about it. Yeah, without high jump boots here, we're gonna have to see either an infinite bomb jump or a gravity jump here. Looks like it's gonna be a gravity jump. Just missed it. Very close. I guess we could get a spring ball jump here as well. Or we can go to the much more technically difficult horizontal bomb jump, which Azder is obviously very familiar with completing here very easily. And we'll see how Toasty decides to take care of Dragon with speed, if we get some Shine Sparks or if we're just going to go with the Charge Plasma Beam. Oh, a missed Shine Spark there by Toasty. Some Charged Plasma shots there. Yeah, I agree, Smokey. But sometimes, with your muscle memory, if that's what you're used to, like I could try to do that horizontal bomb jump for half hour, or I could get the gravity jump on the first try. It's like you do what works fastest for you. Fantoon skip we are not seeing. I actually did a Fantoon skip in one of my races. I don't recommend it. So now Toasty will head down to Ridley, which will be a little bit faster with the movement items, but still just, you know, not, we'll have to ask Toasty if not having that ice beam on was intentional or not there, if that decision was made because ice wasn't remembered. A little bit low on health for Azder, but once again with gravity you're not going to really take hardly any damage from Fantoon Flames, so no big deal. Yeah, Azder's been a little bit low on health since starting Lone Warfare. And I'm not sure if we've seen an E-Tank since then and he just didn't pick it up on purpose, or if they just haven't been available, but once again, runners of this caliber typically don't worry about health too much. So Azder's going to make their way towards Torian now. We'll see if we get a ship stop, a ship refill to get that health up, but that also might not make sense. Actually, without high jump boots, we probably won't get a baby skip attempt. It might be faster to actually not refill the ship. Well, it's always faster to not refill, but it might actually be more efficient as well. Yep, and we see him just run right by. And Toasty's going to head down to Lower Norfair with speed. Toasty has some options as far as how to get there. Probably we'll just go Froggy Speedway because we're not going to be checking any more items. So that will be the fastest. B-Toms, that's what they're called. Do we call that B-Tom Speedway then, Smokey? Instead of Froggy Speedway? B-Tom Highway? So Toasty, knowing where Space Jump is, deciding that not worth it, not worth the time to backtrack as far as how much time it might save as far as movement goes. Azder with Ice Beam is going to make quick work of the Metroid rooms here. And Toasty with high jump boots is going to be able to do a little bit easier gravity jump here. Still difficult though if you've not practiced it. Gamer-kun says B-Tom Bypass. I like calling it Froggy Speedway. I like frogs. Great Metroid rooms by Azder, no difficulty there at all. So we have charge and we have plasma, but Azder is one E-tank short of being able to do stand-up glitch. So we probably, well, hopefully won't see an attempt. Yeah, just taking the damage here, that makes sense. Without high jump boots, it's very, very difficult to do the baby skip. Not like it's not difficult anyway. And Toasty going to use the wall jump strategy here to get up worse from the game with high jump boots. It's a... oh, nope, using a variant there of freezing the pirate and using the wall jump. So Azder will be able to do the Zeb skip and has plenty of ammo to not really worry about anything with charged plasma. Having a little bit of trouble with that wall jump in Amphitheater here. And Azder getting a very quick Zeb skip there. Toasty also utilizing the iframes on the key hunters from Plasma. Mother Brain 2 started by Azder here. Charge Plasma will be very quick. It is 20 shots. After 15 shots, we will get rainbow, or ketchup beams. After 20 shots, we will get rainbow beam. Azder deciding to damage down, which is the time-saving play here. To anything above 300, and you'll be safe here. So Toasty's going to head into Ridley Toasty checks the item behind Ridley, which may be our screw attack item. I would be a little bit shocked if Toasty checks any items, realistically, probably feeling behind after finding an area. So 32 supers for Toasty, but looks like we're gonna go, a combo here of charge and super missiles. Meanwhile, Baby Metroid has a taste of Mother Brain here. Yes, Smokey. So they must have said that in the last post-game interview, but this one will be correct. Oh, looks like Toasty thought Ridley was dead there. Maybe one more super. Mother Brain launching her onion rings into Baby Metroid. And the last one, which is fatal. Unfortunately, if that Baby Metroid just would have flown away, just never knows. We'll get Hyper Beam shots here on our Mother Brain Phase 3. Hyper Beam being the most powerful beam in Super Metroid. I'm not sure how much more damage it does exactly than Charged Plasma Wave Ice, but at least a little bit more. Oh, he said it in his auto comms. Yeah, he was doing self comms in that last match. Oh, it's only 100 more? And it's not penetrating like Plasma is, so maybe Charge Wave Plasma Ice is actually a better beam combo. Oh no, it is penetrating. Okay, so it's better. But it's not as big of a beam. Toasty's health also looking kind of sketchy coming out of Lower Norfair here. Let's see if we have to utilize that reserve tank here coming out. Azder making the escape here through the Adopts room, which can always be a little bit difficult without high jumping. And without speed, this escape's just a little bit slower. Yeah, that's why the stand-up works so well. It's only a few more shots than Hyper. Yeah, I've actually been working on stand-up glitch a lot. If it's done efficiently, it does save quite a bit of time. Finally come around to it. Okay. Toasty making his way through Three Musketeers. Not too scary on the health there after utilizing the reserve tank. Azder going up through Parlor for the last time probably will not save the animals. Being in the lead, it's usually not a very good idea. And jumping on the ship and winning this match. GG to Azder with an official SRL time of 50 minutes and 26 seconds. Very fast. Toasty says GG in the SRL chat. We'll see if Toasty's going to continue here or if we're going to see a forfeit. We'll see if Azder wants to come in for an interview. So I think that there was only the 2 matches on the schedule. Does anybody in chat know if they were going to do a third race tonight? "34 minutes on the game timer for Azder." Let's look at the spoiler log here and see where that screw attack was. Looks like Toasty is going to continue the match here, make his way up through Meridia into Torian, Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, Toasty has killed Dragon, so all the bosses are dead. Azder's asking in the SRL if Toasty's up for another race, so we'll see. Says up to the crew as well, so we'll see if Dark Red is up to it. My guess is if Toasty's intent on finishing this one, we will not have a third match tonight. .9, 2.7, 1.0, so not quite what your prediction was, Smokey. Nice Shine Spark to get up through Everest there by Toasty. A 2-minute, 22-second wrecked ship for Azder. So realistically, the full clear of wrecked ship might actually end up being the difference. Well, I guess it all adds up. So grapple beam was at the missiles for speed booster, and screw attack was at the missile Pink Meridia, which is aqueduct, right? They call it Pink Meridia. Yeah, that's right. So Toasty could have gotten the screw attack, but at that point, go mode and probably feeling behind, it makes sense that he didn't make any more checks after that. So Toasty says he's just going to finish this one out. Looks like there will not be a Game 3 tonight. So GG to Azder. Once again, finishing time under an hour is always good for these SMRAT seeds. Looks like Toasty will be very close to that hour mark. Usually about, between 7 and 8 minutes for Torian with full items. So Azder, we're not sure. Oh, we got Toasty in here. Hey Toasty, GG.
GG, good game to Azder there. He kicked my butt there.
So we have one question because there's one thing that separated you guys in this match. Azder decided to go ahead and clear Meridia and found Varia before killing Dragon.
Oh yeah.
You tried the gravity jump a couple times, but you didn't have Ice Beam on. So did you go up through Red Tower because you didn't remember that you had Ice Beam?
That's a good question. No, I did remember I had Ice Beam, but I was trying to think like logic wise, and I was like, well, Meridia is not in logic at the moment while the wreck ship is. Right. So I was like, there's probably, something has to be in the wreck ship, and there was.
I think logic-wise, you actually had bombs, and I think you can do IBJ up Everest.
Oh, yeah. I guess
bombs were at Spazer.
Yeah, I had bombs. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. So I think yeah, I was thinking about it. I was really torn. I was like, ooh, do I clear Meridia right now, or do I just? But yeah, knowing that, I think I would have gone for Meridia, but I was trying to be smart about the logic, and yeah, so. And I mean, I got speed booster, I guess, and so that was cool. And
yeah, realistically, it wasn't a bad play. Like if Varia wasn't where it was, Varia could have been in wreck ship, and it would have been a very smart play. So, the chips fall where they fall, and sometimes you find it, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I could see. Did he kill Dragon then go right to Lorn Orphere?
Yes. So
Yeah.
he went down there without high jump boots, without speed.
Yeah.
Found charge so early that ammo wasn't going to be an issue. That's the other thing that was different is Azder kind of did a meme route clear of Brinstar and ended up finding charge beam very early in Red Tower or at Alpha Power Bombs.
Yeah, nice.
So saved a few minutes there as well.
Okay.
But your routes as far as the items that you checked did not really diverge that much until you went to Wreck Ship. You were in Meridia at the same time.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Like he finished so far ahead of me, I figured he'd had to have just gone right to the suits or something and cleaned up pretty well.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it goes. It's good game.
Well, we've got at least 2 more matches between guys, so a lot to look forward here.
Yep, we're all tied up.
Yep, tied up 1 apiece, and the winner between you guys goes on to face Punk or Sloters. So we've got a lot of good matches coming up here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you can see some of like my. I've never done. By the way, is Azder waiting to be moved up here? He's in the green room.
Let's do that.
Yo, good
GG,
game.
Azder.
Hi.
Yeah, so I went. Apparently, we did similar things, but I went to the ship instead of going ahead and checking Meridia. And that's what cost me. Speed booster was up at the top of ship, attic missiles. But that was it.
Oh, did you full clear it?
Yeah, I full cleared. I didn't find Vari yet because I just went. I checked like the Main Street items and Mama Turtle, and I just went right to the ship.
That's a weird route.
Yeah, here's my thinking. My thinking was that I didn't realize that bombs put Meridia in logic. I thought that you had to have like, way to grapple or something to get over to so I was like, oh, Wreck Ship is the logic play, so there's got to be something there. It's trying to be smart, and that's what happens.
Yeah, bombs are one of those items that you forget you have, and you forget what they put into logic. That happens all the time.
I wasn't. Yeah. I was actually like, I forgot about them too, funnily enough, but I consciously decided to sequence break into Meridia to get Dragon out of the way. And I wasn't going to skip those checks because I didn't feel it was like worth it to this time. But I felt it was likely that some movement item, like I knew Wreck Ship was open from gravity.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I figured like probably some movement item there to get me to Meridia, and so maybe I could just pretend it wasn't logic, even though it really wasn't logic, and I was just being dumb. I was being like meta dumb.
Yeah, so technically both Wreck Ship and Meridia at that point were both in logic, and you guys diverged, and Vari ended up being at Watering Hole. So, like we were saying, you just never know where these full randos are going to put those items, especially in the SMRAT logic, which I think still nobody really understands 100%.
I didn't expect you to really deviate that much. Like I did like 2 attempts at CWJ because I did meme route, and after I didn't get it, I was just like, screw it, I'm going back down. But I wasn't going to do very much at the ship anyways. I wasn't planning on it. But I figured we'd probably routed similarly, so I expected that you would get Varia maybe right behind me. And if you went like I might have lost time checking front of Gauntlet or something like that. So maybe you got to Varia before me, I was thinking. And I was also thinking maybe you did an extra check that I didn't, and you got to move an item like speed.
Yeah.
You got speed, you could get high jump really easily, and then I'm just screwed.
Right.
Yeah, the only checks that were different between you before the divergence in Meridia was Azder got early charge, and Azder also got Spring Ball at Terminator, which Toasty skipped right by.
Oh, yeah, I forgot once again.
Where was Charge again?
Charge was at Alpha Power Bombs.
Right, okay.
So, but realistically, as far as item checks go, it was almost identical. And you guys were within 20 seconds of each other in Meridia when the routes diverged and Toasty went to wreck ship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that because of, like, just the fact of having high jumps and speed is pretty big. So, like, if I had skipped, like, I collected way too much ammo. And, like, if I had skipped a bunch of ammo and, like, executed way better and maybe, like, not go down the Norfair elevator to check high jump boots and go back up.
Oh, hey, I did that too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so
like,
you both did that, but
Yeah.
Azder had the advantage of not having to grab the supers because
Yeah.
he had charge already.
Right. Oh, yes. I had like 55 supers and like 35 power points, so it was bad.
That was actually one of the things I was worried about. Was the Norfair elevator check. I actually kind of spaced and autopiloted muscle memory down the elevator.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because I've been doing.
Sorry, go ahead.
I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of combo rando, and so I've been autopiloting stuff that you would do in combo rando, like not thinking as much when I see ammo and just picking it up. And stuff like that elevator, because you kill Crate and then you go back down and take the portal. That's a common thing you do. So
yeah, Toasty also did the quick check down to the Croc Escape missile, which was space jump.
Yeah.
I didn't check that because I knew I was only looking for Varia.
Yeah, it's like even space jump, there's no way to make that worth getting that.
No.
Yeah.
It's not going to save enough time in Lower Norfair.
I guess like maybe if you saw Charge would be the only thing, and you could route it in later.
Well, it was a great run. It was entertaining to watch. You guys are both great runners, and just watching the movement is fun. Even though after the route divergence there, it was kind of Azder's race to lose after finding Varia, but it was fun.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's that's how it goes sometimes. That's all right. I think I had a bunch of execution mistakes and little things that added up too. So.
I wasn't too happy with mine, but well, I did some things really well, honestly, but it was just like little mistakes here and there. I think like the mistakes that I was like with no movement items, I think the amount of mistakes you can make is kind of limited, I guess. Like the amount of time you lose is way less.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you both had very low health on your Lower Norfair escape as well. So that reserve tank actually ended up coming in handy for both of you.
Yeah.
I did I? Oh, I did use the reserve. That's right.
Yeah, I did too. That's funny. It's yeah, good game. And I'm looking forward to the next ones on the weekend.
So
possibly.
I have stuff in the middle of the day on Sunday, so
okay.
If we're gonna do any on Sunday, it would have to be a bit later, like
all right,
like probably like 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I could probably be happy to fit one or a couple races in, but yeah, no worries. It's no hurry on my end. It's just for the tournament's sake.
Yeah, I also have I have a bunch of stuff to do next week. I have a bunch of matches from other tournaments, and I have some real life stuff to do as well. So it's like I need to not delay this for too long.
Gotcha.
I'm in OT Beta Quest, and I'm in Link to the Past, Rando Cross Keys, and those are like 3-hour matches. So.
Oh damn! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that should probably work for me. Probably be around. So at least get one game in. At least. So. All right. Well, thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Phoenix Down, for commentating. Thanks, Sailor, Jade, for tracking, and so thanks, guys. GG.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Just to wrap this up here, everybody make sure you give these runners a follow. If you aren't already following these runners, I don't know what you're doing if you're a Super Metroid fan. So get a follow in there. Thanks to Speedrunners Arena and Jay for putting on the tournament, and we will see these guys on Sunday.
Yeah, see ya.